Hey there, welcome to Contracts and Chaos. My name's Alyssa.
And I'm Brenna, and we're here to tell you that you are not alone in the mayhem of this real estate industry.
We're keeping it real and sharing our stories, strategies, and successes in today's real estate world.
So come join us every Tuesday while we talk contracts and chaos. All right. Hey guys, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I just one of these days we should just be able to have our podcast people be like, hey.
Right? I mean, some people do record it live. I think we still have enough technical issues. I'm not ready to
Can you imagine?
attempt that.
I couldn't. Even when I'm in like Zoom classes with trainings and there's like this random person going through the drive-through ordering their McNuggets or on the phone negotiating a
Yes.
contract. It's the funniest thing to me, but I'm like, oh,
Yes, because I'm just
blooper
like,
reel.
okay, Zoom was a thing before COVID. We have all been on Zoom for a minimum of 6 years now.
Oh, yes.
If you don't know how to mute yourself, you just stop. Like, come on now.
It's terrible. I feel so bad. I'm like, how in the world? There was one the other day that this lady was genuinely like negotiating hardcore this contract on the phone. And I was just like, I mean, I wouldn't come down that much on the price either, sister.
Right?
Oh, well, that's not what we're talking about today.
No.
Today, we are talking about utilizing something that all of us should be. I mean, we send out a million emails, right? So we are talking about using that opportunity as a way to reach more people, add more people to your pipeline, be a resource for, those tens, 20s, hundreds of people that you're sending emails to on a regular basis. And this idea actually came through an email that I got from Sharon Srivatsa. And when I opened it up, I was like, oh, this is actually really good, because most of us have an email signature. I feel like most of us do, except for those one or two agents that I'll get like sent from my iPhone or something crazy. But other than that, I feel like most of us in the real estate industry have played around on Canva enough to at least have a picture with our broker information. Maybe some of you have, some disclosures in there from your office, that kind of thing. But what an underutilized opportunity. So,
Yeah, because think about it. Like, if you send 30, 50 emails a week, that's 2,000 touches a year.
oh my God, I'm glad you did the math. I didn't do math. That's amazing.
To be transparent, I didn't do the math. Sharon did the math. I just
great.
pulled this from what he gave us. So
Great.
it's, yes, if you're sending 30, 50 emails a week, that's 2,000 touches a year.
And what about the people like me, right? Like, I have an email list for my local area that is like 1,200 people.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And you send that at least once a week.
Mm-hmm.
So 1,200 times 52.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That's a lot.
I like it.
So, yeah. And so, like, but now think about, what if each one of those emails you sent was quietly closing the deal? Like,
Right.
it was doing the job for you. Like, even if it's just a, hey, following up on this email, but you have this signature line that's working for you. It may not be the first email, it might not be the fifth email, but it could close you a deal.
So it might really be the most wasted space in our real estate business, right?
Yeah.
Because of how many emails we send. And we're not saying like take it out if it's an agent, take it out if it's a lender, right? Like, leave it in there. Like, you can program your Gmail, your Outlook, all of these things to have this signature stay in there. Same thing with Flowdesk, right? Create you a signature bar and have it in there every single time. So this one change could, if it brings you one extra deal a year, right? For, let's say that the average house price for easy math is $300,000 and you're getting, a certain amount of apples. That's a huge piece for something that didn't cost you anything at all. So most emails, right? When you get an email, I know for me, like, I get a sincerely the name or best the name, right? And then it has underneath it some text that's like, the agent's brokerage, their phone number, email, that kind of thing, right? But that's it. Very few have a click or a link, and oftentimes the link is broken, right? I don't know if anyone's noticed that. They do click it. When I don't click it on purpose, a lot of the times it just happens, and it has the 404 error page on there, so people aren't paying attention to it because it's something that we use so much we don't pay attention to it. There's no... Go ahead.
Oops, sorry. I was going to say, to me, it's like showing a house and never asking them what they thought. Like, it's not, or putting a sign in the front yard and never doing the open house, or never doing, putting it in MLS. Like, this is the next step.
Yeah,
but that's what most
is the
emails
ninja
do.
step.
This is the ninja step.
It is a ninja step because, again, we're closing the email and we're like, okay, that's it. It's the end of the story. No next step, no call to action, no nothing. It's the end of the email, right? But imagine using that space to offer something. And we're going to break it down. I think there's 4 sections, right? Because there's something that is for free, something that will serve them, something that might cost something, right? But there's options, right? Not like sign up for my newsletter here and that's it, or check out our Working with Real Estate Agents brochure, just in case, on the off chance you needed to look at that. We're talking about something that isn't pushy, isn't salesy, and people will see it time after time after time. But I forget the statistic, and it's changed thanks to social media, because for a while, like, you had to have whatever, I think it was 8 to 10 touches when I first started in KW, like with phone calls or mailers or things like that, before people start to recognize you. Now with social media, it's actually much higher because people see stuff all the time, right? So for their brain to actually, register that they've seen you, that you're a recognizable brand, they need to see you, like, I think it's like almost 20 times now. 20 times.
Which is crazy.
So if you think about, like I said, if you're sending out weekly newsletters or something like that, that adds up very quickly. So even though it's the same signature box that we're going to create here, those are your gentle reminders every single email that goes out. And I'm so excited to talk about this.
I'm glad you're excited. But yeah, so yes. So we talked about the 20 touches, and I think we need to talk about the psychology behind that. Like, it creates... So the strategy here is that we want to create some autonomy and build the trust and lower the resistance. And I think this is one of those touches that it's there. They see it, and they see it repeatedly. So they know, and they know you, like they're trusting you enough to keep you in their inbox, right? Because let's be honest, a lot of people, no, thanks, you're getting bounced. Like, unsubscribe. So if you're there, they already trust you. And this encourages like self-selection. It lets them be in the driver's seat.
And I love how it has, like I said, the stages, right? Because they called it the commitment ladder, from free to paid, from low commitment to high commitment, from community resource, from just like community to a resource to a course to like a one-on-one consult, like those kinds of things. Like, you build that structure out so you actually appeal to like so many more people. Maybe the structure, let's talk about how to build it, because I was going to say, like, you could have join my newsletter, right? That could be the easiest one. You want to get copies of emails like this? Join the newsletter, right? And then build up to, are you trying to sell your house? Schedule a seller consult, a free buyer discovery call, like those kinds of things. So,
yeah, I mean, it's something with no commitment. Like, it could just be download this guide, or here, check out my Facebook page.
Yep.
You know,
those are great ones because people can click and you're not getting anything from them, right? It's a first step, because right now we're being sold 24/7, right? You think about Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, right? Like, you see the reels, but there's even like content creators that in their stories and in their reels, they're talking about a specific product, like that you're just there because they have cute dogs and cute kids and you like how they decorate their house, but here they are selling you an Amazon link, right? People are sold 24/7. So I feel like the walls are always up right now because they just assume that you're trying to get something from them. So this, I think, is just an easy way to just like throw it out there. So you're going to have your regular signature, if that's your picture, your contact information, everything else. And then the PS, right? Everybody loves a PS.
Mm-hmm. PS.
Whenever you're ready, here's 4 ways I can help you.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you're going to
break down the 4 ways.
You'll list a free no commitment option. So that could be join the community or download a guide. A free value resource could obviously be another guide like that relocation guide or a seller checklist. And I think you could rotate that one seasonally, like maybe do a spring cleaning checklist, maybe do a, holiday party prep list, something like that. Mm-hmm. There can be a mid-tier offer, which would be if you're offering a workshop, like maybe you offer first-time buyer classes or investor classes, something like that. And a higher tier offer. So that could be that listing appointment or that buyer consultation, like that one-on-one experience. But whatever you do, make sure you're emphasizing that you're not asking them to buy. We're not trying to sell them. We're not trying to push them. This should make them want to click on these things, and that you're giving them a menu to choose from. Like This is self-guided. There's no pressure here.
I love a multiple choice question. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, what am I feeling like today?
Yeah. And to make this, you can apply this to a million different businesses, right? But for real estate itself, for you, right, you've been focusing on Charlotte, Gastonia, Belmont. Download my Charlotte relocation guide or relocating to Gaston County guide, right?
Yep.
And there's ways, when this is a whole nother episode, but there's ways to do this that you can create that link that if they click on it, it immediately opens a PDF, that it could bring them to a Flowdesk opt-in page if you're trying to collect those email addresses and figure out who actually downloaded that guide, those kinds of things. But again, sometimes for that first grab, you want them to have your information.
Right.
So sometimes maybe just giving that PDF out is a great resource, monthly email lists, right? I send out a lot of information locally about events happening around town, that kind of thing. That's, again, a resource. It's not necessarily selling them houses, but maybe they didn't know that there was a farmer's market in Newton. It's not happening right now. It was during the spring and summer, but it was a new thing. We didn't have one before last year. So maybe they didn't realize that Thursday afternoons they could walk downtown and get some fresh produce. And this buyer strategy call, you can link that directly to your Google Calendar scheduling, right? Or if you use Calendly or anything like that. And same thing with the listing consultation. But the idea is it builds up. And this, if you want to make it something that you set it and forget it, think about those resources that you want to have available on a regular basis so you can set up those links and leave it alone. If you're using this in more of like a Flowdesk application, that kind of thing, you can, I don't want to say customize it, because this isn't something that I want you guys to be like, okay, every week, every month I have to change out this resource. No. The idea of this, because you send so many emails and it's a repetitive touch, that you just set it and forget it, right? So I think that, switching it out, like you said, seasonally, things like that. But I don't want you to be like, okay, I have to come up with a new guide to put this in, because...
No, absolutely not.
No, that's too much.
No. And I think this works well because it's repetitive. Like, so if you have someone you're nurturing or someone you don't even realize you're nurturing, like maybe it's a vendor in your email, or maybe it's someone like, yes, it's in your work email, but it's not necessarily about a certain transaction or something. Like this, it's repetitive. So this is going to work on those top of funnel people and push them in, because it nurtures them. It gives them the option. And they may click on it more than once. If it's a guide, they may be like, you know what? I remember she had this. Let me go back to it. So you can see, especially if you're using like a Flowdesk or something, you can see every time they've clicked on it to see what are they coming back to? What are they looking at? Which will also give you, so maybe if it's a relocation guide, but they live locally, you can reach out and be like, hey, I noticed you clicked on the relocation guide. Like, do you have any friends or family moving? Like, it might open up conversations that you didn't know needed to happen. Yep. Or might start them on their end too. They may say, hey, I downloaded your relocation guide and gave it to my cousin. Okay, perfect. Like, that's great.
Yep. And you could even, like, if you, and again, there's ways to do this to track like what's happening there. There's dynamic QR codes. There's all those different things that you can do. Unless you're getting them to put their email into something, I don't know that you would know specifically who opened it, right?
Right.
Which is a bummer. But, I mean, ultimately, this is a compound effect, right? So, again, 30 to 50 emails a week. That's over 2,000 a year. Imagine, like, not paying for Facebook ads or Instagram ads or not cold calling because you're sending out a call to action. I want to say it's more than 2,000 times a year because there's no way that we're only sending 30 to 50 emails a week.
Right.
That's just transactionally. And that's not even just transactionally. How I've sent, I swear, 1 billion emails this week. But it's one of those things. It's not pushy. It's not like, hey, who do you know who needs to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? It's an invitation. It's an opportunity for them, which I think is something that people appreciate, the option and not the sale.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I think that's a common objection too you're going to hear is like, oh, this feels salesy. It's not though. Like, it's optional. You're not making them do something. You're not saying, hey, who do you know that needs to buy or sell? You're giving them options in your email signature. Do they have
resources?
Right.
And that's just, again, your guide. If somebody was to open that and see like how you work, right? How you present yourself, how you share your business. Like, wow, this is a great relocation guide. This is a great for sale by owner guide. Like, whatever that piece of information that you're giving out is, it's just a peek into your world, a peek into how you serve, a peek into how you come with contribution, right? Without the sale, right? Not schedule this buyer consult and I'll give you my free relocation guide, right? Here's my relocation guide and the opportunity to schedule a buyer consult if you want to.
Yep. And like, what if they ignore it? So what if they do? How many people ignore other stuff that you do, but we all know that the right people won't ignore it. Like, they're going to be the ones that click on it, that then reach out, that work through the system. So,
and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
And you're not taking any of those shots right now. None of them, right? Because it's just wasted space.
Right? Exactly. Or a lot of people, I think, will say, well, I don't have anything to offer. You do. You just haven't figured out how to structure it yet. Like, because that was my first thing. I was like, what am I going to offer here? And then I thought through it. I was like, oh, a relocation guide or a seasonal events guide. I love the idea of a seasonal events guide because it shows that you're paying attention. Like, and you can switch up that emoji next to it, you know, so people notice it when it changes. So that's 4 guides a year: spring, summer, fall, winter. That's easy. That's a ChatGPT thing that you just build out real quick in Canva. There's so many things you could do. Or like, I don't want to seem desperate. I don't think, to me, this doesn't signal desperation. To me, it signals confidence. Like, I know what I've got. I know what I have to offer. I know what's going on. And here you go. I'm giving it to you. It's free.
I'm offering it to you. Exactly. It's a resource. That's all it is. And it's no more desperate than, because, I mean, I'm not saying that paying for ads is desperate, but like, how do we see that any differently, right? You're putting your business out there as an option for somebody in hopes to get new business. How is this any different than an ad, except you're not paying for that space?
Exactly. Like, how is just throwing your face on a billboard or in a Facebook ad? I mean, you're just, here I am, thanks. But here you're saying, let me give you something. Let me offer you something that I think would be helpful to you.
For people that are already inside your world. Like, if you're already sending these people emails, they know you in some way, shape, or form. Right?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Okay. So I would like to challenge everyone listening today to add a super signature. And maybe you don't have all 4 things to put in it. That's fine. But I want you to add something and send it in your normal emails. And if possible, track what people are responding to. So maybe put in more than one. You know, you don't need all 4.
Here's my thought on that. And this is just something that I just thought of in this half a second, right? Because I'm trying to think of a way for people to see if this works, right? So here's my thing. Specifically for a guide, right? If you have a guide that you have created on Canva, all right, I'm going to have you not save it as a PDF. All right, when you go to hit the share button where you would normally download something, create a link, a public view link. What that does, and I don't know if this is only pro specific because I've been a Canva Pro user for 100 years now. When you have a live public view link, you can actually see the insights on that link. So if you use that link in your email signature, if somebody clicks that link, it will track the click.
Nice.
It will track the interaction. You won't know who it was, but you will see that that link has been clicked 6 times, 27 times, 132 times, right? And if you can see that, it's working, right? That's the easiest, fastest way I can think specifically for a guide, unless you were to create links through Canva the whole time, to know how that was opened without having them sign up for something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's easy. Everyone has Canva. Everyone in this industry has Canva. And if you don't, I'm really wondering how you're running your business at this point. Because I use it for everything.
It's so true.
So go out, send your normal emails, update that signature, put a couple options in there, see what works, see what feels good. But because our job isn't to just write emails, it's to write emails that deliver to your ecosystem, that provide information, that provide knowledge, that help guide people. So just remember, the best marketing doesn't interrupt, it doesn't pressure, it invites. And that's what this is doing. This is inviting them a little deeper into your world. It's inviting them to share your knowledge. And I really think this could be a game changer for some people, especially if you have people you're emailing who aren't funneling through yet. Have you given them a reason to? Because do you want to buy or sell is not going to be the reason. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I agree, because it's already an opportunity that you have, right? It's not that you're door knocking, leaving hangers on their front door, right? You're already in their inbox, just using that space and that opportunity and their time a little wiser by putting a little nugget, just a couple little nuggets in there for them as an opportunity, not a sales pitch.
Yes, exactly. All right. On that note, I think we will see you all next week.
Bye, guys. We just finished another episode of Contracts and Chaos, but believe me, the chaos does not stop here. So check out the show notes for our email address and where to follow us on socials, and we will see you next week.